Okay, I'm going to make some Leerburg. What we need for the Leerburg formula, I've got 2 babies in the crate, is we need goat's milk. You only need just over half of this 1 litre, so it's like almost 600 mils. But these are 2 leftovers from previous ones that I have made. I freeze everything. And then you need 1 goat's milk yogurt. A lot of people with Leerburg use cow's milk yogurt, but I think that the goat's milk is far superior, the yogurt one, and it is very hard to find, but luckily in Victoria it's not as hard to find. And then I've started adding colostrum. So this is bovine colostrum, so cow colostrum, freeze-dried, like nothing in it, and so other than colostrum. So I have been adding basically 1/4 of a packet of this into the mix. You need some glucose syrup, and then you need about 2 to 3 eggs. I use 3 egg yolks. A lot of people only put 2 in. That's fine. I have sort of changed the Leerburg formula to suit what works for me and what works for the puppies. So it's very hard to see the measurements on this, but essentially I put everything into here. So I'm going to use the one that has the least in, and there'll still be left over. So I'm putting in, there's 500 mils there. Not quite 500 mils. Just shake it up a bit. This has just been defrosted, and so that's 600 mils there. Oh no, that's about, yeah, it's about 600. So I do just to about there. So 590 to 600 mils is what I do. So that's empty. That one is going to go back in the freezer. Then I put, you're supposed to do 1 cup of yogurt, but I put the whole thing of this, which is 500 grams. And I'm just going to get a spoon, not a fork. And then what I do is I just save the empty container and let some of the dogs, the bigger dogs, lick that and clean that, and then they can enjoy that. And then I get an extra little bowl here. So I've got boiling hot water in here, and the reason is just to keep the spoon like warm and hot, because next I'm going to put a really big dollop of glucose. So you're supposed to do a tablespoon of this. So obviously I do a dessert spoon, and I do a really big dessert spoon. There we go. So having the hot water, boiling hot water, really helps to get that off the spoon. So there's half a packet left of this, so there's 30 grams left, so I'll be putting 15 grams or thereabouts into this. Yep, that's about right. It's about half a packet left. I mean, half of what was left. And now we do the egg yolks. So we're only using egg yolks in this. We're not using egg whites. So just separating our eggs. Doesn't have to be exact. It's not the end of the world if there's a tiny bit of egg white in the mixture. I'm just going to do this. I will use whatever's left of the egg, so the whites and the shells, in my raw feeding of the bigger dogs. These are all like ethically sourced eggs, so I don't buy caged eggs. I buy as close to local as I can. And yes, I'm handling the egg whites with my hands because at the end of the day, they're just being fed to the dogs. My hands are clean. All right, so that is the mixture. I'm just going to quickly wash my hands. More so just for myself. I'm not going to be touching anything more of the mixture. And so I just got to make sure this lid is on. So now I'm going to turn this on. It's going to be noisy for a second. I usually start on a low speed and then go up. It. So that'll make it all blended in, and that is the Leerburg recipe. So then I transfer it into different vessels for freezing or using. Now there's a lot of froth on this one, so I do fill these up to the top, but they are probably around half a baby bottle. You could let this sit and then do this, but I don't really have the time. It's all right, babies. It's all right. You come out in a minute. I know, Bubba. Okay, so there's those. Then I do the smaller jars. This makes sense to me because this is how I freeze them. We might just have... might just not need the bigger jar. It's all right, babies. They've just had their lunch. So yeah, if you shake it, you can tell I've done this before. You can usually fill them up. There we go. So what will happen now is I will probably put all of that into a freezer, and this is what I'm going to use for today, and I can use this for up to 3 days if it's refrigerated between feeds. So this will get used within the day. So this is about 5-6 days worth of Leerburg. So there you go, and that's for these two particular puppies. The bigger the puppies, the more they drink, and the more you go through. But I've got 2 small puppies at the moment, so this will be enough for about almost a week. Okay, so I'm going to set this up for a feed. So I've got my puppies in the incubator. I've got raw food ready for little pockets because she's eating raw. And while I need this to be warm, the Leerburg, fresh Leerburg I've made, it's only room temperature right now. In fact, it's a little bit colder than room temperature. Oi, they're not for you guys. Because some of the stuff was defrosted, so it's still a bit cold. So what I do is I set and forget. So I have this baby bottle warmer, which is for human babies. And so I'm guessing, because I'm not a mum, yeah, you would use this normally to heat up formula or breast milk maybe for babies, but I use this for puppies. All right, come on, out of here. These 2 little scallywags. Come on, out you come. I'm going to close the door. Got this grass and sticks everywhere in my home. Come on. And this is where I'm going to let them enjoy some goat's yogurt. Yummy. Waste not, want not, hey? This is a nice treat. Oh, yummy. And it's goat's yogurt's really good on the gut. Anything that's goat's milk, goat's yogurt, it's all really good. As far as, I guess, dairy when it comes to dogs or any animal really. Something about goat's yogurt. And yeah, it's a probiotic, so good for humans too, apparently. You know who it's the best for? Oh, it's best for baby goats. Oh, some resource guarding there. I'll nip that in the bud, hey? Good boy, Pumpkin Cookies. Good boy. All right, you can have a turn now. Get that tongue right in. You can't take it away, baby. Okay. I think we're pretty clean. Oi, oi. Be kind to your brother. Very lucky he's tolerant and not reactive. Hey, hey, little mess. You bossy girl. You bossy girl. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy, aren't you? You've just got to sort out his microchip. Adoptable. We're putting him up. He's had all his vet work done, but there's been a huge... Look at her. That's it. He's so good with her. There's been a huge issue with his microchip because the breeder who bred him had all of the puppies removed from his care, and they were at the lost dogs home. Then the lost dogs home microchipped all of the puppies in the litter so the owner could take them back, and then the owner sold them, I believe, via Gumtree. And I have a feeling that his microchip was given to multiple people on paperwork saying that they own the dog. So they've registered with whatever microchip they've been given. And now his microchip is being registered as another dog on the microchip system. And why I keep saying it's his is that when I scan him here at home, it's the correct one. So I physically got him in front of me and I'm physically scanning him. So anyway, I can't put him up for adoption until we have that microchip sorted, which is frustrating because he's ready to go. And he's such a beautiful dog, as you saw. He's non-reactive. He's easygoing. He's good with that little pup over there. Little partridge pie. Anywho.